Hi guys, welcome to the post-match reaction of West Ham beat Everton. Ben, I'm just going to let you take away. What a game of football that was.
Very end-to-end, wasn't it? I don't think any West Ham fan thought it was going to be an easy game, to be honest. I think before kickoff, probably would have settled for a draw. And then, obviously, other results, Spurs getting a goal and that, you sit there and you go, well, we can't have a draw now, we have to win.
Yeah.
We knew Moyes wasn't going to take it easy on us. I thought, you are right, it was a mad game of football, just end-to-end. I'm happy with the result, mate. I'm over the moon. So I'm glad we got the 3 points. It's on harder games coming up next, though, is the problem.
Oh no, you summed it up there. I think you went 1-0 up and you were absolutely coasting for most part of it. And Nuno decided to just sit back and invite this whole lot of pressure. And then David Moyes would be licking his lips thinking, can we've got Endoy, fucking Beto, not Beto, fucking Barry up front that will just whip the ball and will get a head onto it. And then look what happened. The commentator, the one I was watching anyway, the commentator said it's got West Ham conceding and Spurs scoring, and it literally went about 5 minutes after Spurs going 1 up against Wolves, and then he's conceding, and it was like, oh, you've dropped into relegation fucking places.
Yeah, do you know what? That was one problem I had with the game, was that the defensive changes came far too early. It's like
Yeah,
we got up and then he thought, oh, Everton aren't going to do anything. The problem is Everton aren't a bad team this year. Like,
yeah,
under Moyes, they've been very strong at the back, and they will keep, if you just sit back, they will pile on the pressure. Like you said, and Dai as well, I thought he had a really good game against us. He was right up for it. But yeah, the defensive changes, and I don't blame Potts, by the way, because I feel like he's been put on into a defensive position that early on, and you can see he's sitting there going, no. So I feel like those changes probably should have come about 10 minutes after they actually did.
yeah.
But yeah, commentators curse, man. As soon as they went, oh, well, if West Ham keeps sitting this far back, they'll concede. And what if Tottenham score? What happened? Tottenham scored, and then I think you're right. I think it was literally like 5 minutes later we conceded, and you just like, well, now we've got to do something.
Yeah.
And then thank God, like Callum Wilson again, just saving
What
our bacon, mate.
from January of him, well, the rumours of him terminating his contract and wanting out of the club and not wanting to be there, to getting the winner against Spurs late on, and then catching the winner for against Everton this past weekend. He seems to be your wee pocket rocket off the bench. You're a super sub.
It's that's what, it's 6 points that he's pretty much single-handedly handed us. Like,
Mhm.
without a better way of putting it, in that, like, for me, he has to. I would say he has to get a new contract in the summer, or we need to make a big signing up front. I think Tatty will be an option, because I think there's a player there and he is good enough to start. But I think if we're going to have a bit of a drought up front and we're not going to be getting the goals directly from our 9 or our centre forward, Wilson has to be an option, or that there has to be someone brought in that will come up and do
Yeah.
that. I know Fulkrug's coming back, but his previous form doesn't indicate that he's the player to do that. As much as I loved him,
Even
um,
at AC Milan, he's done big pile of fuck all.
I think he went there, and then within the first week and a half, he was injured for 2 weeks. So you sit there and you go, I don't think he's going to be the option unless he comes back and shows something that you never know. But no, I agree with you, mate. It was a very much, he sat too far back, would then concede, and then fair enough, Wilson then goes and gets the goal. But it was like towards the end of the game, I think it was 8 minutes extra time, and the
Yeah.
ref let it go to 11, and you sit there going, right, ref, like, I know a lot of the refs don't like us, but can you call time? Like, 3 minutes is enough. You've gone well over. Just, it
See,
felt like they were kind of sitting there trying to give Moisey a bit of a leapfrog. But no, I'm
but
glad for the result, mate. It's still out of the relegation zone. It's
yeah.
a bit of a stamp back on Spurs' head, isn't it? Just, stay where you are. Go on.
Well, no, it's absolutely that, because obviously when Everton drew level and Spurs went up, you were still level on points,
Yeah.
but it was the goal difference. I think Spurs were on -10 and you guys were on -17. Obviously now you're 2 points better, and it's now like 16, minus 16 goal difference. So it's only
Mm.
6 goals. You say 6 goals, but down that end, goals can just half him. They like look at your game. Who was it? Going I can't remember what game it was, but you had no chances whatsoever. Then all of a sudden, Tati scored two, and then you were 4-0 up, and I was like, where the fuck did that come from? That's what can easily happen down the relegation places.
One shout out I'd like to put out there is Thomas Soucek's header was impeccable. It was amazing. So clean the way he's got up for it as well. So I genuinely expect that was the best goal of the game, in my opinion. It was
He,
just
he
the way
didn't.
he's
He
just
didn't even
everyone in
jump.
the air bang. I just lovely.
He
Uh,
didn't really need to jump. He just got his head onto it, guided it towards goal, and Pickford had no fucking chance. But then they're fucking saying, "Oh, Pickford was hindered and stuff." And they went to VAR and they went, "Yeah, so it's contact, but it's accidental contact. It's not
yeah,
actually fouled him. He's just kind of got in his way." It
it's
was so fucking wording, basically.
probably another talking point after that as well, because I agree with you. I think it was a lovely header. Like, there wasn't, in my opinion, there was no intentional hindrance, but the Matthias Fernandes penalty claim, when you see it, he's trying to grapple the player. Now, yes, it does at his end,
Yeah,
but there's no intentional movement towards the ball. I don't even know if he can see the ball because he's got a player directly in front of him.
yeah.
There's a lot, I've seen a lot online of Everton fans calling out claiming that they've been cheated because of it. And that's a very harsh pen to concede. I
Well,
just, yeah, I
my
don't
thing
see
on
it.
it is, if it's full speed, if it went to VAR and the ref is looking at it full speed, you would say it's accidental. Absolutely. He
Mm.
can't see the ball. He's tried to put his not arms around them, but he's tried to
Like,
just make sure, exactly, not try and foul intentionally. But when they slowed it down, his arms come around and it
and,
looks like his hand it's like his hands slapped towards it. But in
yeah,
full speed, you can clearly see he's probably
yeah,
just went
just
in.
I think
Yeah. So
Slobo does it a disservice because I think you're right. I think when he's going to grapple the player to try and win the ball, but then when you slow it down, you see his arms go round and then up, and it looks like he's got. I think you're right. I think when you look at it full speed, he's only going to try and basically put the player off. He's not going to
yeah.
try and ball it. So I've seen a lot online about it, and I think it's a very harsh pen if that was given. Um, but
It'd be harsh, but again, if it goes to VR and they look at the slow down version, you can see it being given. But I
yeah,
think I think throughout that whole game, VR and the ref was quite consistent. It was very much
yeah,
like it was accidental, accidental, accidental. Rather than you go to some other games and it's the exact same thing. Oh, it's a pen, and it's a red card, and it's fucking whatever. And it's like, well, no, it can't be this game. It was accidental. It happens next week, and it's
yeah,
fucking not accidental. Like,
yeah.
they need to be on the same page. So it was good. It was quite good that they were on the same page that game. Because I normally say, I have a fucking go at the officials and stuff. But no, they kind of let a few things go, and he also had the game on the script in it. I think at one point, Somerville, he took a knock and he stayed down clutching his knee. That
Mm.
must have been some fucking worry because he's had knee problems in the past. Obviously, he was out last year with his hamstring injury. Like, you don't want him to go out because he's one of your best players.
Yeah, like my at the moment, I think we'll be all right. I think even if some of them went injured, as much as imperative as he is to the squad, in my opinion, if you were to rest him for a week, obviously we've got Brentford coming up. So for me, then all I would do is put Juve up at left wing and then bring
Yeah,
Scholes in because Scholes is a good enough
yeah,
defensive replacement for Juve. But
yeah,
and then Chiefs don't need to worry about going back. So if when he did go down, I don't know. I haven't seen anything about whether it's like an actual injury or whether it was just a niggle. But
yeah,
if it is one, mate, just do that against Brentford. Just run him. If not, put Juve, put Skulls on, rest him because we've got you after that. And Brentford's not going to be an easy game either. The problem is we're very level pegging sides. He's
yeah,
Everton, they're our game. Brentford is
yeah.
not an easy game for us. and then you lot is not an easy game. But realistically, out of the two, if we had to rest him for any time period, I'd rather rest him a bit against Brentford, and then we had a full team against you lot, because you lot will give us a harder game because you got more to play for. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I'm very happy with the result. It's been a good weekend of football for us. I'm over the moon, mate. So yeah, rolling on
Well,
next week.
obviously, I was going to say that you've touched on it. You've got Brentford next week. Obviously, you think Arsenal will be the tougher game, not the harder game, but the tougher game.
Mm.
What do you see with Brentford? Obviously, if Somerville, he did play on, but if he's got a wee niggle, Juve got a wee niggle, some players might be missing out, some players might be rested. What score predictions? How do you see the game going?
I think very similar to Everton. I think it'll either be a 1-0 or a 2-1. I'd like to say I think it will go our way. I just think because we've got momentum at the moment, I very much think we're quite a hard team to beat. And we've got the good thing is we have got a goal in us at least. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'd say either 1-0 or 2-1. I'd probably say 2-1 because I don't see us keeping a clean sheet is the problem. As much as we're not bad for it,
Hmm.
I can see us conceding the goal against Brentford. Is the problem.
I watched Brentford's game against Fulham last weekend, and the only way you could put it was absolutely dreadful. It was that bad. The commentators are speaking about motorways. That's how entertaining that game was. And Brentford did not seem to be able to string fucking two passes together. It could be the exact same again. I think you're right. I think it could be exactly the same as Everton, as long as you do not camp out in your own box and try and protect the 1-0
Yeah.
lead. If you go out and try and score 1 and 2, then sit back, have a cushion, sure, feel free to do it. But Brentford have got what? Igor Thiago, who can just fucking score a goal out of fucking nowhere. They've got
Yeah.
Damsgaard, who's I think is criminally underrated.
Yes. I
Um,
agree with that as
even
well.
even Lewis Potter, he seems to be a wee new gem that they've had for the past couple of years. But this
Mm.
seems to be breakout season. Like they've got the players to change the game. But you guys, if you play the way you did at Everton for a large majority of the game, actually be up for it, getting Suchek in the box, fouling down the wing, Somerville just getting fouled, just getting free kicks. I think it should be an easy-ish game compared to what Brentford was the other week.
I think it would be so I agree with you. My only problem is we seem to like making games hard for ourselves. And like
Oh, I know what
with
that
the
feels like.
just with the sitting back too early, like I'm quite happy if we go a goal up. Right. I know it's not the best looking football, but see if it gets to 75, 80 minutes. If you want to sit back for 10 minutes, I actually don't mind that. We're in a relegation fight. I'd rather the result, and then we can moan
Hmm.
about good football towards the next year or next season. But like, don't do it 60 minutes. Don't do it 65 either. You need to,
Yeah,
in my opinion, that last quarter of the game, fine. That last 15 minutes, at any point during that 15 minutes, you want to sit back, fine. I haven't really got a problem with that. You can't be doing it halfway through the half. That is
no,
mental. So
yeah,
no, I agree with it. I think Brentford, with the fact that obviously they're not amazing at the moment. Obviously, like you said, Igor Thiago and Damsgaard, two players. As Igor Thiago has been decent this season, I do agree with you. Damsgaard's severely underrated. So I think unless we make it hard for ourselves, yeah, it could be a game that we would walk over them. I don't know whether it would be like that because everyone seems to want to play us at the moment. It seems to
yeah.
be that as soon as we turn up, whether or not they've had a bad couple of weeks, they're just like, we'll see what we can do against West Ham. And you just, but the one thing that I can praise the team for is every challenge we've faced head on. We've not. The
Yeah.
one thing I can give the team now, compared to what we were like at the beginning of the season, to now, there's a lot more fight in that squad. So I'm keen for it, mate. Bring on Brentford.
Last thing I want to kind of bring up, and then we'll call it quits there, is Bowen came under severe fire for the way he was being captain and he was in vocal and stuff. There were multiple times that the camera panned to him and said, "We went out for a throw in." Well, it went out for a throw in, or the ball's been punted up the pitch, and he's literally saying, push up, get up out our
Yeah.
own box, get out our half. They can't, well, they shouldn't score from their own half if
Mm.
we're in our positions. He was the one trying to set everybody up, trying to get the team up the pitch, and he played a crucial part in Carl Wilson's goal. So he put it across the box, fell for Wilson, he scored. I just want to say well done to Bowen because he could have wilted under the. He's not a captain. He's not a leader. He's not a ball corner. He was the only one saying, "Get the fuck up the pitch. Fuck it. We can do this, boys." Yeah, heads are down. We just conceded. They didn't know Spurs they'd scored, or not unless either fans were shouting or whatever. So that's a fucking big positive, and Bowen's going to be one of those players that you need to keep fit from. Well, there's only 4 games left from now to the end of the season because he's one of the biggest parts of actually getting you up the pitch and getting getting the team sight, getting the team absolutely together and wanting to fucking stay in the Premier League. So I just
Yeah.
want to say that about Bowen. As a neutral watching Bowen play, he's had an England call up. You can see that's helped him as well. His attitude changed. His fucking confidence is boosted. I think if you stay up, he's one of the most. He'll be one of the one of the players the fans will have to congratulate and say thank
Oh,
you for keeping us up.
him and Suchek, to be honest, in my opinion. I agree with you with the stick to Bowen's come under. Is that he has kind of stepped it up a bit. I think the other experienced players in the team, though, have also just kind of rallied behind him a bit. You see Mav, he's picked up form out of nowhere, and he is so vocal. Suchek, again, for some, I don't know what he's been eating, but whatever it is, because he's come out of nowhere and he backs
And
Burrows
the
a little.
cheer be potato salad.
Exactly, yeah. It's whatever it is. Haaland's got his lasagna, Suchek's got his potato salad, and then. But yeah, I think you are right. Bowen steps up. I think a lot of the experienced players are kind of just rallied behind him with all the negative stuff in the media. Let's face it, it's West Ham. We get enough negative media as it is. Without putting my tinfoil hat on. But yeah, no, I'm very happy with what Bowen's done. And the performances we're putting in, we're not playing bad either. Even when results aren't kind of going our way, we're still playing well and we're still trying to play well. So yeah, I'm happy, mate. We're getting there. Nearly the end of the season.